The on the TV broadcast, I guess it was a sideline reporter who said that reported that they like to think they have inside information, but he said that during the bye week, his exact quote was, "You strip the defense down to the nuts and bolts."
Okay.
What did he mean by that, and what modifications have you made to the overall scheme since the bye week that has kind of led to the success you're having lately?
Not a ton in terms of making changes, but I think whenever you get the bye week, you get a chance to do that. You know, you get a chance to really kind of quality control and see what's been good, and honestly, what's been called. Sometimes you're practicing stuff and you're looking at it and saying, all right, we really like this. Maybe you don't get to it in the game. The situation doesn't present itself, you know. So sometimes you can kind of pare things down, and I think that's something that has helped our guys. We've done that a little bit, and I think the guys have done a good job with it.
Can that be a normal evolution as the season goes on? Maybe you toss some things and you kind of streamline things, let's say. Is that a better way to put it?
Yeah, for sure. Every year, I say this a lot, but the season's so long, you're going to have different stuff that you do. And there's some stuff that makes it, and there's so many great ideas. And like anytime you're with a bunch of guys who have been around, and we got a bunch of coaches who have been around, or really good football coaches in that room, they have a lot of great ideas, our assistant coaches. So what makes it into the game plan, what you end up keeping, that's always a hard decision. But as the season goes, you kind of figure out who you are as a defense, and you really gravitate more to the skill set of the players, what they do well, and putting them in those positions where you can play fast and be most successful as a defense.
In that same kind of vein, Josh Hines said in the locker room yesterday that kind of the sack production picked up because things have simplified for him over the past couple of weeks. I mean, what changed?
Just certain stuff that we're doing, probably with groupings, maybe even rotation of guys and stuff. That's been a little bit different, but yeah, really we haven't changed a whole lot. But I think as things are going, and like anything else, when you're doing things over and over and over again, now you get to this point in the season, I think guys are very comfortable with what they've been doing. You've been working the same techniques or running the same games or whatever it may be. It really simplifies for guys.
And with Trayvon banged up, you've been flip-flopping Josh's side, giving offensive lines a little something different look and moving him around some.
Yeah, we tried to do that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, we've done that a little bit, moved him around, moved some other guys around, and I think that gives us some versatility in the rush and trying to manipulate matchups as best we can. With certain different points in the game. But the guys have done a really good job in the four-man rush especially. So, they really kind of, when I refer to the pass rush, I just think it's more so about our guys, the detail they've been practicing with, like just being downstairs with them, in the meeting room. They're so dialed in, and I think we're really picking up there and doing a good job of that over the last few weeks.
You think you'll keep moving Josh around when Trayvon's back?
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, certainly a lot of ideas that float around, and Trey gives you more versatility too, and I think Dennis has done a great job. I think some of the young guys have done a great job. And guys, even stepping in last week for Eric, I thought Smoot did a great job too. So we feel good about all those guys in there and the versatility that they have to move around in the front.
Alec Pierce is at 21 yards per catch for the Colts. Is that a quick game guy or is deep threat? Some of both.
He's some of both, but he really can run. He's generated a lot of big plays down the field for them. I think they do a great job of trying to get him isolated and, for one, stretch the defense with him. He's an impressive guy because, like I said, not only can he run, but he's a bigger target for them. And he's done a really good job for them the whole year.
Safety's obviously played well lately, but what could getting Eric back, just his leadership experience, mean for you guys this week?
Eric's a great leader, and I've said before, he's a great communicator. Anytime you get a guy like that has that veteran presence, the toughness that he brings to the game, he's a physical guy. He's tackled his ass off this year. He's done a great job being physical in the middle of the field and really separating guys from the football. So I love that about his game. I love when he's out there because, like I said, he's always bringing an edge to us, and he is a great communicator back there.
And then Tyler Warren, are there many tight ends you've prepared against or kind of utilized the way he is?
Yeah, we seem to be getting a lot of these tight ends that are good players, but you know that's kind of the in vogue thing in the league, and he's another one who's really, really super talented, can do a lot of things for them. They use him in a myriad of different ways. You know, he's in the backfield, he's out there at receiver, he's in at the tight end hole, and he's really done a great job for them this year. I think, you know, he's really got all the skills that you're looking for in a tight end. Physical on the line of scrimmage, you know, like I said, they'll move him around, isolation block with him, and they'll get him down the field as well. So he's definitely a guy you got to know where he's at.
Liam and even James have talked about Jaguars DNA. What is that to you, and how does that kind of show up on Sundays?
Being tough and being team first. I think those are things that I think about right away. Being a great teammate. And a lot of that, you asked about the pass rush earlier, you guys had asked about that. I think there's a certain selflessness. You know, when you're selfless in the rush, there's a team rush mentality, you know, in executing the plan. I think the guys have done that. They want to see each other's success. That gets them excited. When we talk about Jaguars DNA, you know, being physically and mentally tough, loving your teammates and trying to be a great teammate. Those are the things that come to mind for me.
What makes Devon Hamilton a good run defender?
Honestly, like I just said, extremely selfless. He's a guy that if you really value defensive line play and you love to watch D linemen work in the run game and, you know, transition in the pass game, he's about as good as I've been around. He's such a great teammate, that guy. He's a tough dude, you know, he plays through it all the time, plays through everything. You look at the other day, I mean, he jumped in at long snapper, you know, so one of the great two-way players in the league, obviously, right now. But, no, he's you watch him in there, and he's, you know, he'll play zero nose, he'll play shade, we move him around, but grinding blocks and, you know, tearing off blocks, not staying blocked. He's a big guy, obviously, but he does not stay blocked, and he does a great job splitting double teams, and he keeps people clean in the run game, so he's a huge part of everything we do.
You're hoping to get that line in, weren't you?
Hoping to get that in. Yeah, I mean, he is, man. He's like Chuck Bed and everything.
The follow-up last one. Is this the best run game you'll face so far this year because of Taylor and also their front?
Yeah, they're very good. Obviously, the running back is explosive, but he's also explosive because, you know, he don't go down easy now. He's not a guy that you can arm tackle. There's got to be a team tackling mentality with him. He's a physical back, and they're physical in the front. You know, they got guys that finish blocks. When you have that many explosive or long runs, it's because guys in the front are finishing blocks. They do that on the perimeter, they do that in the front. So that's something we got to do. You know, we got to stay after it, do a great job with our eyes. They challenge you with all the schemes that they run in the run game. They probably have the most multiple run game of anybody we played in terms of scheme variation, motion pre-snap. They do a great job of it. And I think they've done a great job offensively with their run game and matching up and marrying their play action pass game to that. But yeah, that's definitely the challenge this week because he's a great back and they got a great front.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Camp. Appreciate it.